When you do these to a narcissist, they'll ultimately run with their tail between their legs. Narcissists want others to fill the vast, dark void within them so that they can feel good about themselves. This is their mission. They depend on the help and sustenance of others to stay alive. They drain the vitality, health, and energy of their victims to maintain their inflated feeling of self-worth. No questions asked. They want their followers to mindlessly follow their lead, and they treat people in any way they see fit to attract more of their kind, without hesitation. They resist accepting responsibility for their acts. Those in long-term relationships with narcissists may feel compelled to do everything the narcissist requests in order to survive. The narcissist is an insecure individual. They constantly worry that others will view them as useless and inferior. This is because they are fully aware that they are acting and do not truly believe what they say. Because they lie so frequently, they are perpetually on the defensive. When presented with an accusation or query, they will immediately mount a defense. Narcissists are fundamentally depressed individuals. When left alone with their thoughts, narcissists succumb to an underlying depression. To keep them active, they require constant stimulus and excitement. To bolster their self-esteem, they attribute all of their issues to someone else. Consequently, if a narcissist attempts to confront you and damage your life, performing these things will make them realize that you are not to be trifled with. However, I'd like to thank you for watching this video first. It would be highly appreciated if you could help this channel expand by sharing this video with your friends, family members, and loved ones. Moreover, if this is your first visit, please subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any future updates. Let's begin. Firstly, do not fall for their gaslighting trick. Gaslighting is a manipulative technique employed by narcissists to cause others to question their sanity. If you allow them to get away with it, you will become utterly nuts. It is employed to defame, confuse, destabilize, and undermine you. Remember that you are fully conscious of your activities. When you do not allow yourself to be misled, you maintain your integrity. Even if the narcissist tells you otherwise, you remain steadfast in your convictions. Nobody has the right to disregard your life experiences or your perspective. However, you need not quarrel with the narcissist to win the hopeless battle. Do not squander your valuable time or life force attempting to convince them otherwise. It is a fact that failure is inevitable. Since narcissists are completely aware of their aims, it is impossible to convince them of your point of view. When a narcissist tries to convince you of something that is not true, do not argue back. One-word responses are typically sufficient to convey your thoughts, so avoid rambling. For example, silence followed by "oh" or "okay." Keep your mouth closed. When necessary, stand up for yourself, but do so in a measured manner. Remember to maintain non-reactivity. Pick your battles properly to avoid mind-numbing, never-ending, circular debates and arguments. When interacting with a narcissist, remember that less words are preferable. Avoid satisfying their desires. "That didn't happen," "I've never said that," and "I've never done that," are instances of false statements. Say "ew" or "okay," and give them a knowing glance to indicate that you comprehend. Maintain silence then. This statement will carry significantly more weight than anything else you say. Furthermore, your intended meaning is absolutely evident. It is as though you are stating, "Your foolishness has no effect on me." In other words, we have the same opinion on the matter. This is all the information we require regarding what you did or did not do, and what you said or did not say. Remember that by maintaining your resolve, you can counteract their impact. 2. Do not expect anything from them. This comes at a cost. and you must be absolutely and brutally honest. To be effective, you must be honest with yourself and know what to expect from the people and things you're interacting with. You will be less likely to be surprised and caught off guard if you do not anticipate them to be decent, kind, honest, and sincerely loving individuals beyond what they have demonstrated to you. Consequently, you are automatically blessed with authority and strength. It is typical for empaths to recognize the good and loving aspects in others, despite the terrible behavior of others. Nonetheless, narcissists should never anticipate such an outcome. Please focus on their actions instead of their words. A person's words are simple to utter, but are their actions consistent with their statements? Red flags must not be disregarded. Instead of lying to yourself about how you're feeling, be honest with yourself about what you're experiencing. In other words, when you see through their lies, trickery, and false sense of superiority, when you see through their phony front, they recognize they have you in their grasp and that you are no longer deceived. Due to the fact that you can see everything so clearly, you should bring them down 2 levels. Instead of being thrown off by their presence, you throw them off by becoming a light of truth and excellent judgment in your field. This is the strongest thing possible. Remove your rose-coloured glasses and embark on a path toward extreme self-honesty and acceptance as an alternative to rejecting reality and longing for miracles. In one respect, this is the case. Individuals who are narcissists do not alter their behavior. 3. Stay genuine to yourself. If you do not allow negative energy to alter you and instead remain joyful, loving, and kind, the narcissist is absolutely out of their league. The poisonous people in your life have no idea how to engage with a sincere and kind person. Keep doing what you're doing and leave them alone. Nothing changes. Someone with integrity will expose them for what they are sooner or later. As narcissists are typically the polar opposite of those who can and will, they do not expect them to be anything but self-centered. Focusing on yourself and taking the necessary actions to live your best life are both vital. In the world, let your good deeds, good intentions, and excellent character speak for themselves. If that is your primary goal, I assure you that it will be heard loud and clear. 4. The importance of silence is valid, particularly when interacting with narcissists. You cannot put narcissists out of their misery faster than by acting as if they are dead to you. Make no effort to assist them. Not a single word exists. Your silence indicates that you're unconcerned about anything, and your quiet and apathy communicate more plainly than anything else that you are neither a good target nor someone they can mess with and get away with it. People that treat others with contempt and a lack of respect in an attempt to fool or manipulate you should be avoided. They will behave similarly if you turn your back on them. The fewer interactions you have with them, the better off you will be. 5. Please take note of things between you and them. When interacting with narcissists, it is essential to keep detailed records. Regarding black and white, there are less things to say. When everything is written down, it is impossible to assert that you stated something you did not say. Keep copies of all correspondence, including text messages, emails, and letters. If you ever need it, you'll be glad you have it. Consequently, it is essential to keep track of everything. When it comes to a narcissist, the evidence will speak for itself. There is no need for words, as they merely produce needless drama. 6. Don't be in a hurry. To put a narcissist in their proper place, patience is required. The truth will always emerge at the proper moment. Develop a sense of confidence and tenacity. The narcissists I've described allow only those who are actually deserving of their attention to approach them. Time is the only requirement. They really should. When divergent pieces do not fit together or make sense, A narcissist will be shown as such. The public will eventually find the truth about the narcissist. They should all be able to converse with one another. Let things go and refrain from excessive concern. No one I know would want any more of that. These are my final opinions on the subject, but please continue. You can view further videos on this channel to discover more about the negative impacts of narcissistic abuse and what you can do immediately to heal from it so that you can begin living your best life in peace, confidence, and independence. 7. Improve your self-esteem. If you know who you are and have a positive self-image, it is much simpler to withstand name-calling, lies, and a smear campaign. Reconnect with the feelings of affection you have for yourself, your family, and your past. In other words, you are less attracted to persons who are manipulative and abusive because they lack empathy. Invest your time. We will inform you when we have the scheduled training. I hope that this short explanation helps you. Please tell us what you think and what you've experienced in the comment section below. For future videos, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and clicking the bell icon below the video. Thank you very much for your time and interest. Exposing how the narcissists manipulate their way to build their self-perceptions and reputation. Welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Exposed channel, where you will learn everything there is to know about narcissists. Today's topic is how narcissists use others to alter their perception of themselves. First of all, please join me in welcoming everyone. I'd like to thank you for visiting this channel and subscribing. And if you're new to this channel, I guarantee you that there is no better time than now to subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell button so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you very much. Now let's talk about how and why narcissists desire a different perception of themselves to begin with. Their desire to be liked by the majority of others will become evident to you the closer you're to them. Consequently, narcissists always believe they're sensitive and kind individuals who are usually misunderstood or exploited. They are incapable of comprehending why they are continuously harmed, why they believe they are always the victim. Narcissists make narratives about themselves to escape humiliation. There is considerable self-justification in their conduct, or so they thought. By assuming the persona that others have come to admire and respect, they attempt to live up to the reputation they have cultivated. As more people buy into their false image of grandeur, narcissists will become more delusional because the majority of people are happier and love them more than the minority who have seen through their masks. Those few who have recognized narcissists for what they are will drown out or disregard the narcissists' voices. But this is irrelevant because they can just look the other way where people are welcoming them. And because of this, narcissists are able to defend themselves and cast the finger of blame on people who criticize them. When it comes to their actions, narcissists refuse to accept any form of blame and accept no responsibility for their actions. The fact that they have more people on their side, however, motivates them to continue lying. Regarding covert narcissists, their stats are everything. How others perceive them is how they live their life. They require the assistance of these auxiliary forces to thrive. The more others believe and applaud the narcissist's fabricated identity, the more powerful they feel. So, narcissists can go through life continuously blaming others for their failures, breakups, and other unfortunate events. They utilize amnesia as a pretense to forget their own errors and remember only the wrongs done to them by others. They don't know why the other person did what they did, but they believe they did not deserve it, and that the other person was impolite and nasty. The religious narcissist believes that God has a special affinity for them. Most of the time, they are quick to discuss how God is assisting and blessing them. Many narcissists are successful in this world, indeed. However, they are mistaken about the cause of their success. Nevertheless, they're confident that they are on the right track. As a result, they continued to live the worst lives possible and pretended to be virtuous when they attended church. Even when they were at home, they would smile, be polite, and be willing to help people for nothing more than to return home and be prepared to face anyone who comes their way. What narcissists do in private has no bearing on who they are. Thus, they see no danger in engaging in such behavior. It is only the views of others that matter. The narcissist's ego expands as a result of what others think of them, which is why they are so self-centered. Their objective is to convince people that their manufactured character is their own. It is crucial to them that others perceive them as kind, helpful, and trustworthy. They gain a better feeling of self-worth as a result, and it makes them feel better regardless of whether they are. Narcissistic individuals feel that their falsehoods and manipulations are required to safeguard their fragile, created self, which assists them in achieving success and sustaining relationships. To make matters worse, they believe themselves that their behavior is shared by others. Everyone attempts to obtain their desires by hiding behind a mask. Whoever is the best at what they do is the only factor that matters. Narcissists tell themselves lies in order to cope with life's hardships. The belief that everyone else is identical to them makes them feel as though they do not need to change. Moreover, narcissists devote their entire life to avoiding embarrassment. Therefore, the false version of themselves that they offer must be one with which they are satisfied. Despite their efforts, they will never be able to conceal the great embarrassment and anguish they are attempting to conceal. Narcissists spend their entire lives attempting to create a pristine image of themselves, while their genuine, hideous selves and evil desires remain concealed and are only revealed to those who come too close. The desire to be viewed in the best possible light is natural and understandable, but narcissists are not real people. They are only concerned with themselves and stealing from others. They are not worthy of your trust, let alone your affection. They cannot face the truth about who they are because they prefer to live a lie, despite their best efforts. And they would go out of their way to smear anyone who disagreed with them. This concludes the current video. Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe and activate the bell icon below. Thank you. What are the narcissist's true feelings about themselves? Hi everyone. The Narcissist Exposed channel is here with another episode to help you learn everything you need to know about narcissists. So let's get started. Our focus today is on narcissistic behavior and what they truly think about themselves. First thing first, I'd like to thank you for visiting and subscribing to this channel. I'd like to express my gratitude. If this is your first time here, I assure you there's no better moment than now for you to subscribe. And if you do so, don't forget to also click the bell button so you'll be alerted whenever I post new content. Thank you so much for your attention. People that are narcissistic are usually envious and self-centered, but they attempt to conceal these traits by displaying modesty and relentlessly pursuing achievement. There is nothing they can't do to accomplish their objectives. They have a tremendous drive to obtain all of their desires. They are really enthusiastic about acquiring stuff that will make them appear superior and more amazing to others. Not only are narcissists envious individuals, but they also have a strong desire to be envied. If you admire them as a person, they hope you would also hold them in high regard. For you to have more than they do is unacceptable to them, since they don't want you to be more successful than they are. If you desire to be on par with them, you will injure yourself. You probably don't need that much knowledge about narcissists. All you need to know is that when another person is more successful than they are, you'll probably spot a narcissist around that person. Because narcissists are so envious, they will not be able to shake this thought for a while. There is no such thing as satisfaction for narcissists. No matter how much wealth and power they pretend to have, they are never satisfied. How far does this discontent reach? Now that I have everything I need to begin, this is precisely what I plan to discuss today. Now, let's examine one of the narcissists' discontent, which they carry with them throughout their entire lives. Discontentment is a dissatisfaction with one's living conditions or life circumstances. Due to their preoccupation with themselves, narcissists are incapable of achieving happiness in any aspect of their lives. They have numerous problems with their personal lives and relationships. This encompasses spiritual and romantic connections. Therefore, even having lovely children and a devoted husband, narcissists are not even remotely content with these things. In their private lives, they will be disloyal to their spouses and children and abusive to everyone else in their households. The narcissist delights in discovering flaws where none exist. In order to justify their acts, they will be driven to separate themselves from their families. For their own entertainment, they would take advantage of others, propagate rumors, and create chaos. If things are going well for others, they are dissatisfied. Narcissists crave unpredictability and drama in their lives. There is no still water in their daily existence. Since narcissists don't value people, take others for granted, and constantly seek new sources of supply, they quickly become bored with all of their relationships. At some point, all narcissists will view the absence of drama as a deficiency of fuel. It is also possible that they are unhappy with their work or other aspects of their careers, because they have lost interest in both their personal relationships and their professional accomplishments. Consequently, the narcissist will quickly grow dissatisfied and resentful of their existing situation after obtaining the so-called ideal job. As soon as they join, they begin seeking for other methods to benefit further. The narcissist never enjoys a long-lasting sense of contentment. It makes no difference how many degrees they hold or how much money they earn. They are always seeking more. They would continue to feel as though they are missing out on something and should have either more money or greater privileges. As a result, narcissists are notorious for regularly switching occupations and careers. There is a possibility that they will be fired for allegedly attempting to defraud or exploit the organization. If they believe they can get away with it, they will use dishonest means to steal jobs or wages from the company. They believe that narcissists can maintain their jobs for a longer period of time as long as they can successfully abuse their influence within the company. However, even if this is the case, they will experience boredom and restlessness until they obtain what they desire. In conclusion, narcissists are never satisfied with their own achievements. Their identity and character have been fabricated to such an extent. In order to appear good to others, they conceal their flaws and tolerate everything that they are not. In addition, they mimic the personalities, clothes, and other aspects of other people's lives. The narcissist's self-portrait is wholly fictitious. Those individuals are among the most deceptive you'll ever encounter. They care nothing else but themselves. They are unsatisfied with themselves and are always seeking something superior. This causes them to despise not only the people in their area, but also everything else. They put on a false grin and have a great deal of material to conceal their discontent with others at life. Due to their unhappiness and dissatisfaction, their mood shifts from gloomy to irritable, even in public. The inability of narcissists to realize that success, financial security, and solid interpersonal relationships are not necessarily correlated with happiness. A selfish, greedy, and envious individual can't experience happiness or contentment in life. This implies that narcissists can't find satisfaction in anything or anybody, including themselves. The narcissist is dissatisfied with every aspect of their life. Without recognizing it, they will always have to deal with this particular weakness. To prevent them from blaming us for their misery and bringing their negativity into our life, we must avoid them. It is the best recommendation I can make. Today, there is nothing else to say. I hope you find this video to be helpful. Please don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and enable the notification bell to avoid missing future videos. Sincere gratitude. Thanks. When a narcissist is obsessed with you, this is how you can put them in their place. Narcissists hide who they really are. The man behind the curtain. Every day, every moment, pretending to be something they're not and working so hard to keep the mask on that they have to wear to hide who they really are, what they're ashamed of, what they pretend they're not, and what they have to hide even from themselves. Most of all, they live a life of lies, never admitting to others or themselves their weaknesses, their true fears, their true doubts, and true regrets. Narcissists only care about reaching the goal and looking good while doing it. When they want something, they need to get it no matter what. So, how can we deal with someone like them? So, without further ado, here are 10 certain methods to let a narcissist know who's in charge. However, there are a few things you should know before attempting to put down a narcissist. Be sure your body is capable of handling the storm before you attempt to confront them. They're more likely to flee with their tail between their legs if you're stronger than they are. However, if by any chance they realize your weak points, they'll go all out to bring you down. Please be aware of this. Because narcissists are predators, it's your responsibility to ensure that you don't appear appetizing to them. First, resist the need to respond, no matter how difficult it may seem, and stay non-reactive. Be completely emotionless when dealing with them. Putting yourself in harm's way is not something you want to do if you're dealing with a skilled manipulator. Don't give them anything they can use against you either. So, what are your options? A deck of cards. Keep your emotions under check as much as possible. Do not share any information about yourself with them, not even the tiniest hint of how you feel. Protect yourself and your loved ones by keeping that private. Avoid squandering your treasure by handing it over to pigs, as the Bible advises. The easiest approach to putting a narcissist in their place is to give them no power. Show them that they don't have any power over you. They can't fool or manipulate you, and their passive-aggressive conduct or contempt can't harm you either, especially if they're trying to be rude to you. When a narcissist can't do anything to you, they're put in their place. This is a clear and concise piece of writing. There is nothing you care about them. They don't have the slightest semblance of appeal, importance, or significance. Nothing about them seems to pique your interest or elicit an emotional response from you. They'll soon vanish from your life when you're not a bit least worried about them doing things that are clearly meant to annoy, disturb, or injure you. I also want to remind you that as their popularity grows, so does the number of games they play. Even a negative reaction is still counted as attention. It's preferable to no attention at all. So, once again, take no action and remain non-reactive. 2. The value of silence is immeasurable when dealing with them. There aren't many ways to put a narcissist in their place faster than to act like they're dead to you. Give them nothing, not even a single word. Your silence conveys a total lack of interest in what they have to say. Your silence and disinterest tell more than anything else that I'm not a good target or someone you can play with and get away with. Do not be deceived by their manipulation, lying, and insulting others, or their contempt for those who are treated disrespectfully and contemptuously. They'll do the same to you if you turn your back. The less time you spend with them, the less you say, the better off you will be. 3. Improve your self-esteem. It's much simpler to stand up against slander, lies, and other forms of smearing when you're confident in who you are. Let go of the pain and the guilt you've been holding on to from the past. In other words, you're not the least bit attracted to manipulative and bullies because they lack empathy. Get to it. 4. The best way to make yourself stronger is to set clear and confident boundaries. Narcissists often think they deserve more than they actually do. But you should know this. They won't get it. Even the word no can be a full sentence on its own. Saying, "I'll think about it," or "I'll get back to you," is a healthy, mature, and responsible way to deal with the narcissist's constant requests, demands, and expectations. Don't give in to the bullying of guilt, shame, or any other kind. It's important for what you say and how you say it to go together. If you don't do what you say you'll do, you lose credibility. People who are healthy will follow your rules. When setting limits, your loved ones will appreciate it if you are clear about what you want. But when it comes to narcissists, it's the other way around. If they don't stop right away, your limits should be stronger and more clear. It's up to you to do this. So, get used to standing up for your own rights. Last but not least, stay true to yourself. Stay positive, kind, and happy instead of letting their bad energy affect you. This shows the narcissist who's boss. People who are bad for you have no idea how to talk to someone who is real, honest, and loving. Nothing changes about who you are or who they are. At some point, they'll be found out, and anyone worth their salt will know what they are. All you need to do to live your best life is to focus on yourself and take the steps you need to. Let your good character, good intentions, and good life do the talking. I can tell you that if that is your main goal, it will be heard loud and clear. Keep track of it. That's all I have for today, and I hope you find this video informative. Please share your experience if you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist in the comments section below. For future videos, consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the bell